What's up, guys? It's your girl Haley Pro, aka the SoundChick here. Featured for today's interview, I have punk hardcore band City Brigade. While you might hear influences in their music from The Replacements, Teenage Bottlerocket, or even other artists such as Billie Eilish, City Brigade definitely likes putting their own unique spin into their music that makes it unique for everybody to enjoy. During our chat, we dive a little bit deeper into the band's music, which includes their latest album release, Rough Skeletons. We also talk about how this band is newly signed to Misanthropik Records, and more. So if you're looking to get into a new band that is a bit more on the unique side, but definitely still hard-hitting, keep on listening. You won't regret it.
I'm Zach, the guitarist of City Brigade.
I'm Eddie, the vocalist, sometimes rhythm guitarist.
I'm Paige, I bring the funk.
Jose, you gonna introduce yourself?
Jose, who are you?
I am the drummer. I make loud noises.
And we are City Brigade, based out of Joliet, Illinois.
To kick off this interview here, you guys have a few albums out, with Rough Skeletons being, the latest release from your band. It's obvious with this project you guys wanted to bring to the table something that everyone could enjoy. Talk to me about, this album really quick and the tracks on it. What was the motivation in making it and working on it?
Yeah, Zach, that's all you.
I wrote pretty much most of the guitar for it, and I really kicked off the album. It started off as the first song I sent over because I was just sitting in my studio and just started working on tons of music. And I think out of about 20, these ones were the selected ones because we wanted to keep it short, a shorter album. And so I was kind of just influenced at the time with, a lot. I wanted to try and take punk and form into something more, something a little bit, off the, off the mainstream. But it all started with, I sent over the, what the fuck? Why can't I think of the first song?
Gallows,
yeah. And it was called just Rough Skeletons. I sent it over to Eddie.
Obviously, Zach's phone has been away the longest.
Yeah. Things been hectic over here. I'm sorry. Brain's a little fried. Started off with that and sent it off as Rough Skeletons, and then I bombarded everyone on Dropbox with just a bunch of different songs, and then we picked through them and started working on them. I guess the main influences I had on it is kind of weird. A lot of it was my biggest influence on the album was a lot of Murder Dolls and just kind of my own stuff as I learned.
Right, absolutely.
On a lyrical standpoint, though, I feel like we stemmed a lot from like the bullshit of life, and like a lot of our lyrics kind of pinpoint a lot of like issues with like mental health and just kind of like airing it out there.
Yeah, no, I definitely heard that in the album. It definitely is one that if you listen to it right now, it would be very relatable to, the times that we're currently living in.
Crazy times, and they're only going to get crazier.
Right. What would you guys say were some of your favorite tracks to work on off this album?
Personally, for me, honestly, my favorite working on it was probably Failure by Design. It was different in the sense of going into writing this album. Zach, Paige, Jose, basically they were saying, all right, we don't want you to yell and scream as much as you have in the past. Be more melodic. So it was a new aspect in actually trying to sing, which I haven't really done outside of karaoke in a very long time.
He's great at karaoke, by the way.
we were just at karaoke last night.
Jose's coming to take my job, though. Jose's better at singing than I am.
I make loud noises. I go boom, boom, boom. That's about all I'm capable of.
But other than that, personally, my other favorite would probably be Open Ended, the last track on the album. It kind of wrapped up the album nicely, and it honestly let off in a sense of, with everything going on now, as you said, the album's pretty relatable and everything. It's not a goodbye or anything. It's more of a just, well, we're just going to stop right here, and what comes next will come next.
Right.
Open-ended, exactly. We left the album open, and we left it open.
See, Gallows has got to have been my favorite to work on, just because it was one of the first bass lines I was able to like pull from my brain and apply it to something, and it was just, I made it hard, and I had to learn how to play it consistently. I wrote it in my head too hard for myself to play. Me and Zach spent a lot of time coming up with bass lines because I didn't want it to be like very simple.
You want
Right.
to chug a G, you know? Just
Yeah, like a lot of terms with like a lot of punk music and everything. It's a lot of just simple, not even melodic lines for bass. But I wanted to expand that. Like, there's more. There's more notes.
Right.
There is a whole
There's so
fretboard.
many more
There's
notes.
a whole fretboard on the bass, and I think it is meant to be utilized.
Jose, what's your favorite song on it?
Living in the Wake. That one was a lot of fun because there's a lot of changes to it, and that one was fun. Yeah.
That song always just gets me going.
Yeah. We match up that one part, and it just the first try we had, we were writing the song. All of a sudden, that little what
bridge.
we call it, like the bridge, yeah. Where it just synced up perfectly. Me and Paige just kind of looked at it, just like, yo, that works. First try we got that one. We were just like, that's it, right there. It's not gonna get any better.
Yeah, I definitely feel you guys there. As I was listening to it, definitely felt energized the entire time. Definitely wanted to be out in a mosh pit, not gonna lie. But unfortunately that can't happen right now. But yeah, it was a very energetic listen for sure. When it comes to your guys' music, I hear like a whole range of influences. I hear influences like dating back to bands like The Replacements, and then I can hear influences that I would hear being played, from bands like Teenage Bottlerocket. But who would you guys say holds the most influence when it comes to writing the music or performing live?
Alcohol.
That's always a fun question to get because
we never know the answer.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we've all come from different musical inspiration background.
Like, I came from a ska band. Like, what am I doing here?
I started off jamming like funk, so
I'm more of a skate punk, 90s alternative. And then Zach,
I was more of a metalhead with melodic death metal and whatnot of a background.
Wow.
So at that point, we basically, we started writing music, and it's kind of like, throwing something against the wall, seeing if it sticks. If it doesn't, on to the next one.
Right. No, I definitely dig that. I think that you guys have kind of formed this unique style in your own music, which is really cool.
That's one thing I definitely love about this band. Is I've been in many bands before, and everyone typically comes from a lot of the same backgrounds. So you get kind of just like the same old thing. But when all of us get together and we put in our own separate influences and our own separate styles, and then we get this, like it's a unique sound, something that's different, but it's still really cool.
Right.
That's the thing. Also, it's just the fact that we also try to, it's not to sound douchey, I guess, but we try to avoid doing some sort of like influences. Because when you start to talk about, we influenced by this, influenced by that, it sounds like you're also trying to be that. It's like, there's already been a Pantera. There's already been a Slipknot. There's already been like, why continue to try to do what they do? So we kind of try to take that idea and run with it.
The vocals for NOLA are Billie Eilish, like, that's that I pulled up because I was listening to a lot of Billie Eilish. Like, none of this makes sense.
You were obsessed with her at the time.
Yes, I was.
I still
You
don't
just
understand her.
contradicted me.
That album, though, came out, like, at a crucial point in my life where I'm just like, I feel like a 17-year-old me.
Paige, you should explain how you came up with the lyrics for that one.
I hit a wall with like writing music and stuff, so I started an exercise for myself of pulling a tarot card and writing like a sonnet about the tarot card. So I let tarot cards play out the story of the song NOLA, basically.
That's actually like really cool though. That's awesome.
So yeah, I threw a little magic in it, I guess.
Yeah, little magic and everything. When trying to record it, it kept causing Gary's system to crash.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was the only song that was.
We do not speak of this. We do not speak of this.
We had to do so many takes and retakes for hours just because that song was like that song only that one. Everything else smoothly, perfectly. But that song was like fucking cursed.
Some of those songs like 40 times.
But yeah, that was the only song during the recording process that caused computer to crash. Everything,
Wow.
It's almost like, this song is cursed.
Yeah. Wow. Speaking about accomplishments for the band. One of them is the fact that you guys are signed with Misanthropik Records. You know, how did the signing come to be?
Eddie.
That's, in one word, that is actually, yeah.
Essentially, I had seen a post about, you know, Misanthropic, you know, looking for bands, and I got a hold of someone who, at the time, you know, was a part of, like, you know, representing them and everything like that. They set up a phone call with Amanda, who's the president, and, you know, talked to her for about a good hour and a half, 2 hours the next day, and very straightforward, answered all my questions, which compared to the last, like, you know, signing thing we did, you know, felt more at ease, everything like that. Talked to the band, they were all interested. And then it was either the next day or 2 days after the initial phone call, talked with Eric, the CEO, and, you know, all around great people to work with. You know, I'm on the phone with Eric at least, you know, 2-3 times a week, and, you know, just setting stuff up. And unfortunately, again, due to COVID and everything, it kind of put a halt on things, but it's not going to last forever, you know?
It fucking better not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're excited to see where this partnership goes, everything like that. You know, it's definitely a big deal to us because it just means, you know, for example, talking with Amanda on the phone the first time, she had said her favorite song was Lullaby off our second album.
Right.
And that's something that we usually don't get because, as Paige mentioned earlier, people interview or talk to us, and this is from past experience, but
they haven't heard it.
Yeah, people,
they
you know,
listen to like 10 seconds of the new album, and then they're like, yeah, I know what you guys are saying.
Yeah, but, you know, if you actually go through and listen to us, we're not just a standard punk band.
We're a mega punk band.
You know, but working with Misanthropic, so far it's been great. I mean, right now they've helped secure us a show April 9th out in Denver at the venue, so new area for us completely. Never gone west. We've only gone east.
Oh, that's going to be exciting for you guys.
We're definitely excited, except I'm kind of worried about altitude sickness.
Oh,
Right.
it's not that bad.
I was born in New Mexico. I don't get altitude. My body, I go back to the higher elevations, and my body's just like, finally.
I don't travel very often, maybe twice, maybe 2 weeks out of the year.
Are you guys worried at all for the show that it might be a little bit different, you know, playing during a time that is so crazy?
Tough question to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you know, the last time we played a show was in October. We have a show this upcoming weekend out in Indianapolis. You know, reduced capacity, social distancing, masks, everything like that, you know. At which point, if bands want to play shows and everything, there has to be some sort of give and take.
Right.
Yeah, reduced capacity, wearing masks, social distancing. You know what? It's just something we have to do right now. We have to live with it and deal with it. Is it going to be different? I mean, we already saw back in October that things were already starting to be a little different. And no matter what, at the end of the day, we hit the stage, we do our thing, you know, we talk with people, we meet people. But at the end, it's all about enjoying what we're doing. So that's never going to change, no matter what the circumstances are.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you. You know, given this crazy time that we're in with the pandemic and stuff like that, what is one venue that you miss seeing shows at?
Oh, fuck.
It's my French.
I'd have to say it'd be between the Forge in Joliet or the Looney Bin in Kankakee.
Luckily, the Looney Bin, you know, the owner, Nick, he's doing what he can in regards to shows here and there. You know, unfortunately, it's at that point where it's kind of, you do what you do at your own risk, you know?
Right.
And I know a lot of places are worried about being shut down if they go against mandates and everything, which, again, it's a touch and go situation in regards to it. Personally, I would like to go back to Columbus, Ohio.
I would just like to go back on tour. I want to be on the road.
Yeah, I want to finish out that tour.
It's actually another venue, Eddie, you and I were talking about just the other day, is the Crucible in Madison. I'd love to be able to
Oh,
go
yeah,
I like Liars Club.
Liars Club in
You know
Chicago.
what?
Oh, the Liars Club, yeah.
Subterranean.
Subterranean is amazing. They have some great ska shows there. I saw Mustard Plug.
Even playing, they have a decent soundstage for how small it is.
Eventually, we'll get back on the road and get to places that we haven't played and places we've played before. You know, it's, again, touch and go. I mean, we'll take what we can get right now.
Yeah.
The urge to play it's like an itch that needs to be scratched.
Right. No, I absolutely get that. So what was the one band that you guys listened to that made you realize that you wanted to take a leap into the career field of being a musician?
When I was younger, I was a really big Korn fan. I mean, I still am, but Korn, and they're just from between Head and Monkey's guitar styles, so unique, so different. I'm like, yeah, I love that. And then they put on an amazing show, and that's what really got me inspired to pick up an instrument and try and be just as unique of a player.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Manifesto. I was going through my ska phase, but like
They've
they've definitely stuck around with me, like musically and as an aspiration, as like as a bass player too, because their bass lines are absolutely crazy.
I still don't know because I've gone through so many different musical phases in life. Even
that's it. It was like ska phase.
I started off
stayed
like
true with me.
I was a little hip hop kid back in elementary school and whatnot.
I
Then
can't
got
imagine
introduced
you
to
as a
rock.
hip hop kid.
Oh man, I was trying to be popular and everything. Then I realized I just don't care. But then I got into rock, then metal, then heavy metal, and then punk, and then ska, and it's mostly stayed punk and ska for the past 10 years. But damn.
Honestly, for me, I was in choir in elementary school, all that. So yes, I was a choir boy. I know, Paige. I know.
Unfiltered ratchet.
Unfiltered ratchet. Yep.
Ratchet
but
live and unfiltered.
I guess what got me into music and an interest of actually playing is a mix between like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtracks. That's what sparked my love. PS3. That's what sparked my love for punk rock, and then also my godfather, because first concert I ever went to was with him, and seeing the International Noise Conspiracy on stage, that was like, I want to do that. If I could have half that energy on stage, I will have a full life.
If I can have half that beer in his basement, I'll have a full life.
You can go to my godfather's house and take all the beer you want. He's trying to get rid of it.
Ooh.
I love that man.
I would say probably for me, now that you said the energy thing, it was Suicidal Tendencies, because Mike Muir, Psycho Michael, is still up there. 50 years old, the dude's still running around stage like he's got...
Just give him a Pepsi.
Just give him a Pepsi. He still hasn't gotten the Pepsi. That's why he doesn't look like that's him. Trying to stay alive till he gets that. But that was definitely for me when I saw them live and I saw him just moving up there. I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. But then I got on the drummer, so I just kind of sit there.
I gotta say the other biggest thing that got me actually playing music was like a therapy for me, you know?
Yeah.
It's something I can put my, mind and everything that's going on around me, emotions and all that, into something to kind of get it out. So it's kind of like a lifesaver to me.
Absolutely. Music is supposed to be very cathartic for, not only the fans who are listening to it, but also the musicians that take the time out of their, daily lives to create it for us. So, what would you guys say is the craziest thing that you've done for music?
Had to fix the bus on our first tour, and auto was in a fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
During a fucking polar vortex.
That's really what I was thinking. Going out on the road on surprise polar vortex, it's -50 and we're on our way to Montana.
Oh no.
It's cold.
Yeah, realizing we weren't going to make the show, due to poor travel conditions, everything like that, getting a hotel, and it's like, the tumbler of the door is broken, guys. How am I going to lock the front door? Drilling a lock in -20-degree weather, and that's not with the wind chill.
Dude, no, it was colder than that because I was the one out there with the damn drill putting that thing together.
I was so happy. At that time, I was living in
Hey, I was holding the light. All right.
Yeah.
I was doing my
That was cold shit. And then working underneath the bus at AutoZone to make sure we make it to the next gig. We're sitting there like bundled up with so many layers of cold clothes and coveralls, climbing underneath the bus.
God, I hate that bus, but I love that bus.
That bus has put us through the fucking ringer.
It sounds like it.
I love it, but I hate it so much.
Yeah, no, I can see that. To close this out, guys, what is some advice that you would pass on to uprising artists that you wish somebody told you?
Never stop having fun.
I like that one a lot.
Never, like, I went to a point where I left the band the first time because I went to work in restaurant management and I couldn't really be in a band anymore.
Right.
I guess I hated myself. I don't know. But, and coming back to it, like I found joy in playing again and just being there. And like, I always find the happiness. I always find that positivity in everything.
Honestly, don't give up. No matter how many bands you're a part of, eventually you'll either start one or you'll become part of one where they become your family, and it doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you've got the drive, and as Paige said, never stop having fun.
I definitely say is, just be patient, but never stop pushing forward. Never stop trying. No matter what your mind tells you or what you try and tell yourself, any negativity or what others try and tell you, keep striving and keep pushing forward. Don't stop.
Hey guys, it's a SoundChick here again. I hope you enjoyed the interview with the guys from Prison City Brigade. In your free time, definitely make sure to go check out their latest album release, Rough Skeletons. My personal favorite tracks off this album are Gallows and Nola, but highly recommend every single track off this album. And if you're into punk hardcore bands, you're definitely going to enjoy it. I enjoyed having you on this broadcast, and I look forward to having you on the next one. If you would like to stay up to date on news regarding my artist interviews or music reviews, please make sure to follow me on my social media accounts. For Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Real SoundChick or on Facebook at The SoundChick. This is a great place to see all of the updates and all of the stuff that I'm doing right now on my website. I look forward to meeting and chatting with each and every one of you there. As always, rock on, my dudes.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the interview subject belong solely to themselves and not necessarily the SoundChick or its sponsors. We thank you for tuning in and look forward to seeing you on the next broadcast.